does once again. And if you look at the surface, I mean, I know we're playing on 4 fields, and some of the surfaces that you look around are a bit tacky, but this one looks very flat. But the general character of the soil here is that it is pretty hard and bouncy. So even if it has no grass or it looks flat, but the ball carries nicely. So it does give something to everyone. You know, if you're a good bowler, you enjoy the bounce. If you're a good spinner, more than the turn, spinners enjoy the bounce, and obviously batters do like it.
So inside edge, not the intended shot and certainly not the intended direction, but the ball has found a way to get up to fine leg, and that's 4 runs.
Sometimes the bowler may think that this game is not made for them, this T20 format. Through no fault of his, Stephen Wigg has conceded 4 runs. A false stroke, really tentative prod there from the batter. But that inside edge was enough to take the ball past that 45 who's in the ring and earns him a boundary. Sputtering of people gathering here, and we look forward to some exciting cricket as we trim down into the knockout stages.
So into the offside, Stephen Wigg completes another. So 5 gone, it's 34 for 1.
Atlanta Fire, star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites. Man, deep in that one is smack.
This one is globbed into the onside, a slow, short ball. So 34 for 1, the leg spinner, Yasir Mohammed, who's come off the New Jersey Somerset Cavaliers in minor league final just a couple of days ago, Shah Faisal. And he comes into the attack here defending 14.2 and over.
Yeah, but bowling spinners on this field, you really have to be on top of your game because you don't have a lot of margin for error, especially being a wrist spinner, you know. You have to be precise with your lines and lengths, otherwise you can be taken to cleaners. But Yasir is a very talented cricketer, there's no doubt about it.
So he comes in to bowl to Romario King. He's really looked the part. And always Shah Faisal, it was always going to be tough to score 247 or to challenge 247. But if you look at Romario King, he's really shown that he's the future.
Yes, he collects another single, but Lenny Weir plays exactly sideways, so we're square on. And we talked about that bounce, the first delivery that Yasir bowled. to Yasir's credit, he didn't change the field. The mid-on is still up. The invitation is still there for Sudesh.
And he's gone 8 in 2 balls.
Yeah, that's the risk you run with the leg spinner. There's always a possibility of that drag down, and it was a real long hop. I think Sudesh will be disappointed that he hit it for 4 and not for 6.
So this over's gone for 9, couple of 4s and a single. Final ball. That one keeps a tad low. So 6th over comes to a close. It's 43 for 1. So Sachin Mailavarapu, the leg spinner, comes in here with 43 for 1, still requiring 14.6 and over. Big ask here, Shaw Faisal.
It always is. Anything in excess of 200 in a T20 game, no matter how favorable the conditions are. Sachin is a very experienced bowler.
Yeah, he's been part of the New Jersey Stallions for the last 3 years. Oh, swung away. That's a good strike from Sudini. And he's gone upstairs. He's picked up 6. That's a lovely strike from a ball going down the leg side from Nitish Sudini. And he's picked up 6. So that brings up the 50 here for the Atlanta Force. Ball down the wrong line from Mailavarapu. And given the treatment here from Nitish Sudini, so he picks up a 6. He goes quickly up to 18. And that brings up the 15 quick time for the Atlanta Force. They're chasing a big target, but it certainly doesn't diminish the quality of batting that we've seen so far from Romario King and now Nitish Sudini. So a couple of good comeback deliveries here from Sachin Mailavarapu. Being able to come back, struck for 6, and he has done well to keep a couple of dot balls in play here. Still a very tall asking rate as they look to come back for a couple of runs. They'll settle for 1. And that'll bring Romario King onto strike. 8 in this over so far from Sachin Mailavarapu. And here is the final ball of this over. Flicked away. That's a good looking shot from King. Will pick up runs here. Jonathan Carter gets onto the ball. And so that will complete the 7th over. So 7 gone. It's 52 for 1. So Yasser Mohammed will continue, 52 for 1. And Brian and Shaw Faisal, I made the point, 15 runs to win, it might be tough, 196 to win from 77 ball, but that doesn't devalue the quality of cricket still left in this game.
Not at all. Because, like we just said, the conditions are such for batting and quick scoring that you need to get on a roll, get on a partnership. They've only lost just 1 wicket. Slight confusion there. There was a little hesitation from the non-striker, and there is a chance that they will pick up an overthrow. Throw's been firing from left, right and centre. But 2 runs, the end result. Yeah, like conditions are such that the innings can change really quickly, the momentum. You just need 1 big over to get the batters free and they just can go big from there. Yasir one landed correctly. He's really got great bounce off this wicket. Just the 1 long hop, but generally his control has been pretty good.
Yeah, Shaw Faisal, we've seen these wrist spinners. Oh, top-edged. Myla Varapu gets a hand, it bounces out and rolls away for 4. So, a bit of help from the fielder. But that ball was always going to threaten the 3rd area and it's gone away for 4. So, in the end, productive shot.
Not where he intended it to go. In fact, he wanted to hit it in complete opposite direction towards the mid-wicket. And Sachin, once that ball beats you here, this outfield is really quick and it's pretty short down towards 3rd too. That's what I was talking about. The conditions are such that the game can change very quickly.
And Shaw Faisal on that short side, would you say about 60, 65?
I would say 60, Lenny.
Thought so.
60, and the bowlers who have very little protection anyway.
So ball worked into the onside. Good looking shot here from Romario King. Looking for 2. It's not there. And so the 8th over comes to a close. It's 59 for 1.
One heart!
So Sachin Mailavarapu will continue. The left arm spinner has served the Stallions pretty well. And that's the Stallions team. Shaw Faisal with the likes of Jesse Singh and Raymond Ramratan. They've done well at the minor league level. And you look
conditions though, Lenny.
And you look what has happened here. Shaw Faisal, he's come in with a couple of teammates of his from minor league, the likes of Stephen Wigg, who's part of this squad.
Yeah, I did some of the games for that conference, that division. Yeah, I did some games from that division and they were difficult conditions there for batting. It was turning all over the place, the bounce wasn't even. It did really put a test to the batting side, and even low totals were defended.
So we've seen a couple of good balls in this over from Sachin Mailavarapu, quality spinner. Peels off the outside edge. Nomi Iftikhar does well to recover, but they're gonna scamper through for 1. And so we come down to 188 to win, 69 balls remaining, asking 16.3 Shaw Faisal. It's going to be tough.
Yeah, something's got to give here. That momentum that we've been talking about, it needs to happen right here, right now. Otherwise, it'll be too late.
Punched into the offside. We saw a couple of big 70s from 2 batters. Rajdeep Darbar with 100 already in the series, and Bhaskar Yadram. I was on com with Ryan, and had made a bold prediction that wait until Basca.
Then it's inaugural season when they came out here for the playoffs at the Atlanta Cricket Field, and we had 3 of the most competitive games: a 1-run win, a tie, and another very, very thrilling contest that decided the fate of Atlanta Fire. On that occasion, they were playing for the Empire State Titans, which went through to the next round from those 3 thrilling games. As we see the end of the over here, 9 gone, 59 for 1.
So welcome back, 61 for 1.
Okay, take your time. No rush.
Yasser Mohammed continues.
So what's the required run rate now, Lenny? Our
17
commentator,
something.
come statsman, come scorer, come producer, come director.
Oh, that's a lovely shot from Nitish Sudini. He brings out the switch hit, and that has gone away for 4.
Yeah, more of this is needed. Yasser would feel hard done by because it was a good line, good length, but he decided really early, Sudesh, that he's going to switch it. There is obviously a gap there. Found it to perfection. Then these dots are not required. When you're chasing 17 and over, you have to go bang bang, and they need an over of 20 or 25 runs really to bring down that equation to 14, 15 real quick, and then do not stop from there.
So we saw 1 wicket from Stephen Wigg, the left arm seamer, and we made mention of some of the players from the Stallions. Of course, Yasser Mohammed comes out of the Cavaliers, edged, and is going to run away towards a very fast outfield area, and once it hits the road, Shaw Faisal, it continues running. That's 4 runs.
Yeah, this is a very, very fast scoring field here. I mean, the outfield is quick, is cut short, and the boundary and that side is, like we just mentioned, probably 60 yards, or even 60 meters.
So ball steered into the offside. Stephen Wigg is there. And we've seen some dominating performance from the likes of the Kingsmen brand. Couple of teams for them here. And we understand Shaw Faisal, they've made light work of some of the teams, as this one is defended into the offside. So 10 gone is 67 for 1. So Mila Varapul will continue. They're batting a 67 for 1. We've seen a partnership here of 38 between the pair out in the middle. Oh, in the air, well away from any of the fielder. Romario King picks up another run, so things are on the way here. We are seeing over number 11 in progress. There's still a long way to go. We've seen oh, big strike. This is a lovely shot from Nitish Sudini. And this has gone upstairs. Good looking shot from the young man. Take a look at this one. Ball pitched up in the arc. A nice flow of the bat, just extending the left leg out of the way. And that's a lovely strike from Nitish Sudini. So he picks up another boundary. We've seen a couple of sixes from him. And that's the teams and the crowd and the jerseys on display, and for you to purchase them. And you want to walk away with some bit of memory of this 2023 Atlanta Open. So Romario King comes back into strike. He has batted extremely well. He's up to 32. And the pair out in the middle has posted some 46-run partnership so far. So a bit of a leading edge into the offside. And so Romario King picks up another run. We've seen an over that's gone for 9 so far. And Myla Varapu, who comes out of the Stallions outfit in New Jersey. $172 to win. Oh, that's a shot from Nitish Sudini, and that has gone a long way. It's gone all the way of the final ball of this over, and it takes a score at the end of 11 to 82 for 1. Take a look at this one. Nitish Sudini, bang into the onside. Wonderful follow through. And that has gone by several yards into the other playing field. That's a big strike from Sudini. And that has gone for a maximum. 11 gone, 82 for 1.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire. One of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Well, this one is clocked into the onside. A slow, short ball. We're back with the cricket. A couple of runs here off the bat of Romario King as we welcome back Ryan Davis into the box. And Ryan, you ran off to pitch number 4, but that game was quickly over.
Got the opportunity to see King's Men X chase down a total. Oh, they were chasing a total from Atlanta Legends of 122. Colin Monroe opened the batting with Shehan Jehangir, and the two of them, I think they had a doctor's appointment they had to get to because they finished the match in just about 9 overs. It was incredible. James Vince came in and added to it as well, but it was something to behold. I think King's Men are really going to be a player in this tournament as we progress.
Yes, Ryan Davis, and we have seen this tournament. We saw last year the likes of Ravi Bopara, a couple of the English county players making the trip. Martin Guptill was here last year. First time for Colin Monroe. Short, should have hit that ball to the other field, Ryan Davis.
Well, looks like it hit the under edge of the bat. The intent was there, Lenny, but the result was not.
So when you look at some of the players here, Yasser Mohammed, one of the quality young leg spinner on the 19 USA player, and getting chances to really prove their mettle. This one is into the onside. A bit of a drag down again, but Ryan Davis, we've seen so many times, right arm leg spinner seems to have some torque and some rotation on the ball, and they do come through a little bit quicker, even if they're short.
Wrist spinners are one of the most valuable assets in this sport. It is so hard for the batter to pick it up coming out of the wrist. Don't forget the bounce. Oof.
Into the onside from Romario King. He's played a good hand. And I made a point with Shaw Faisal. We'll talk about that when we come back. 12 gone, it's 87 for 1.
Atlanta Fire. Star-studded Atlanta Fire, one of the favorites.
Man, indeed, but that one is smack.
Oh, this one is globbed into the onside. A slow, short ball. So we're back with the cricket. 247 posted by the Masters. And in reply, you can see that on your screen. 12 gone. It's 161 needed from 48 balls. Ryan Davis.
It's what Masters Cricket Club has done so far in this tournament. They've set these mammoth totals, and then the batsmen that come in for the second innings, Lenny, they have such a tall task. It takes them out of their game. They have to do something different that they're not used to, and then the result goes the way of Masters Cricket Club in the second innings.
Yes, Ryan, you're right on that. And many times, if you score over in excess of 200 runs, it's hard to beat in T20 cricket. You've seen all the stats, and the result will tell you that once you score 200 in a T20 game, even at the international level, it's so hard to beat unless you really give it away. Jonathan Carter comes into the attack, and advancing down is Romario King. This youngster here, Romario King, has impressed me, Ryan Davis.
And Lenny, I'm going to build off of what you just said. The fact that Romario is coming down the track, Romario King is coming down the track to meet Carter, trying to make things happen. It shows his attitude, his willingness to try and make something happen for the team.
Swung away in the vacant area. Slower ball from Jonathan Carter. And quickly picks it up is Romario King. That's 4 runs.
Well, he saw that slow ball last week, Lenny. He saw it come out of the bowler's hands, got down onto one knee, and the sweep was elegant. But it shows the attitude of Carter, the bravery of Carter. You can't teach that in cricket. He came down the track the ball before, got down on one knee, picked it up, and look at the technique. Just got his wrist through it, picked up the boundary.
So we've seen an innings from the Masters. Probably the first 8 over was quite brutal. And Ryan Davis, we saw the last 4 was also pretty hectic. And so essentially, Masters have dominated about 13 strong overs of this game, piling on 247.
They did. But we also saw a glimpse from the Atlanta force with was it Pandev? The bowler, excellent wrist spinner.
So looking for a couple of runs. Bhaskar Yadram gets onto the ball. And 2 more runs here for Romario King. If he gets to a 50, it'll be a well-played half-century. Good talent in this young man. Always was going to be tough chasing 247 without an explosive start. They never got that.
Going back to what we talked about with the excess of 200 after this delivery. That was quick. That came on to him in a hurry. Great short delivery by Carter. But we talked about the mammoth total. Understanding human beings, you now understand when you take your guard in the second innings, you have to do something special just to stay into the match, which in itself could be a problem.
So Carter testing the deck, and we'll talk about these tracks. Ryan Davis, I'm impressed. So 13 gone, it's 93 for 1. So you're watching the 2023 Atlanta Open. Atlanta Force, they take on Masters. Masters piling on 247. And in reply, it's 93 for 1. We've seen a good knock from Romario King. Nitish Sudini has supported well.
You know, with both of these two teams probably going to go through into the second round, this innings that you're seeing by Romario King, Lenny, so important. May not come to fruition today with a victory against this Masters Cricket Club. That's irrelevant. They get into the second round. This innings under Romario King's belt, it propels him into the second round for another big innings when it is a knockout scenario.
So still a long way to go, and Ryan Davis, they may not win this match, but still a chance for some of the young players to really get a knock in.
Valuable. You can practice for 6 days in the nets. 1 hour out in the middle equals that. That's how important this time right now is out in the middle.
So a bit of hold up here, might be umpire checking on. Wonder why.
Just want to talk about the young leg spinner. We want to talk about USA cricket. You know, so often we see excellent players coming in, leaving the USA, playing their trade. What about the youngsters from the country of USA? The more young talent we see out on the field, the more the game is going to rise. And that means the product gets better. That means the product outside the field gets better. The broadcast, the whole marketing. So it becomes a snowball effect, as you would say, as the young talent begins to take their mark or take their part of the game on the field in USA cricket. And it's so important to nourish that and to make that happen, because then it spreads into all parts of the game.
So ball taken on the pad. Yes, Ryan Davis, you're so right on that. We've seen some young talent, especially in this game. We made a point. The Atlanta Force is full of young players. Romario King. We saw Akil Posa, and we've seen some good batters so far. Nitish Sudini looks the part. And here's another young player, good leg spinner here. Oh, he comes down the track, gets the bottom of the bat, and comes down to equation. 153 needed from 39.
Well, it didn't work out there, Lenny, but anytime you play a spinner, you have to try to use your feet to get to the pitch of the ball. He did that, hit the bottom part of the bat, but you want to see that out of a batter when they're playing, when playing.
So Mohit Puri is the leg spinner. And we saw a couple of times in this innings, this man, well, he's off strike now. Nitish Sudini has landed some telling blows that ended up on the other side of this playing facility.
Oh, I heard them, like 3 fields down. I heard the cracks of the bat.
Oh,
wow.
That's a big shot from Romario King. This could bring up his 50. In fact, yes, it does. And so exact 50 for Romario King. And it comes in fine style.
Well, I hope everyone has some time, because that ball ended up, yep, they found the ball, thankfully. But Romario King, that just about puts the icing on the cake on an incredible innings. We talked about the mammoth total they're chasing, but this man has come in and did the business. The ball was pitched up. He got to the pitch of the ball. It's so important. And look at the technique, putting the bat through the ball, allowing it to go to use the technique to get the ball over the fence.
So a couple of milestones achieved in that big strike. 50 to Romario King. The 100 would have come up. And so 14 gone. They're batting at 103 for 1.
Now, when it comes to the
So the cricket continues. Jonathan Carter Oh, bowled him. So that's the end of Romario King. An even 50, and Ryan Davis, Jonathan Carter on the stumps and strikes the stumps.
Stump to stump bowling, they call that. Can't argue that in the tough parts of T20. I understand the area of this match, but Jonathan Carter sticking to his job. But you have to start thinking of Romario King, where his mind was. He just put up an emphatic 50 with a 6 over mid-on. Wanted to continue that sort of scoring, that free-flowing cricket, but Jonathan Carter would have nothing of it. The corridor of uncertainty just short of a length, and on middle stump, usually top of off, but this one is on middle stump. And Jonathan Carter, excellent bowling. Any mistake by the batter, and he's back in the pavilion.
So 74-run partnership comes to an end, but you've got to applaud the effort. We made the point, scoring 14, 15 runs and over was always going to be tough. This is not a pushover Masters team. They bat well, they bowl well, but the youngsters have done well. So new man in. Sudini is still on 43. He has batted well. He has supported Romario King pretty well. But up comes Jonathan Carter, who has played at the highest level, and he's taken out one. Ends that big partnership of 78. And number 23 comes to the middle, Aryan Tomala.
Lenny, we look at Jonathan Carter, who is a two-way player, batter, bowler. I want to go back in time, Lenny, and test your knowledge and your experience in the game.
Yeah, had he hit that, he would have been walking back to the shade. But in the end, a single.
Not really test, but I would like to get your opinion on cricketers in the past. The T20 game was not around forever, but we saw some incredible two-way players in the past that didn't get the opportunity to play T20 cricket. Was that the first attempt of a scoop shot we've just seen?
Well, we've seen the modern game has really propelled batters to come up with shots to play. The ram shots on those scoop, I think, came into being Ryan Davis because no one feels beyond the keeper. So a way to get the ball in open spaces, a way to get the ball from orthodox fielding positions.
Yep.
When executed, they're wonderful to watch, but very risky, you know that.
Absolutely, come with a price.
Oh, that's hammered into the long on area, and that has gone for another maximum.
Well, Carter was pitching the ball up the last couple of deliveries. That's how he got his wicket against Romario King. This one, he banged it in just a little too short, and it held up beautifully.
So good strike from Sudini. Take a look at this one, short. He waited on the bounce.
It's keeping his shape, Lenny. He never lost his shape. He stayed in line with the ball, didn't pull his body too square. He kept in line. He kept side on for as long as he could, allowing the middle of the bat to get onto the ball.
So Carter's gone for some... Oh, bowled him. So Jonathan Carter with a couple of strikes in this over has taken out Nitish Sudini. A time when the young man was beginning